In terms of the innovations that were going on, were there any particular things that you had thoughts of to change?
Oh, yeah. Well, when we were building show buds, I had suggested from time to time this and that, maybe go to aluminum next, do this, and Shot was kind of happy with the way things were going, didn't want to rock the boat with show buds. So I eventually had enough suggestions turned down to build another guitar. So I had all these on paper and started looking for someone that had the ability to put one together. And I ran into this man in North Carolina, Burlington, North Carolina, and he was a physics teacher, played steel, and knew how to build. So when I showed him my papers one night, he came out to one of our shows, and I showed him my drawings, and he said, "Well, if you don't mind, I'd like to take a shot at it." And I said, "Well, go ahead, run with it." So it took him about a year to get all the parts that I had already made for it and prepared for it. But he came back to another show in about a year with the Emmons guitar, and just blew me away. He had everything the way I had it pictured in my head, so I was pleased.
What specifically were you proud of in terms of how it worked out, your idea?
Well, I had a three-piece aluminum neck, a separated bridge and a separated neck, and then a key head, separate key head, that I tried to get on the Showbud guitar, and that was no go. And then I had a burn-resistant finish, Formica. Steels were never made out of Formica finish before, and this first one he built was black glossy Formica, and had the polished aluminum end plates, polished aluminum neck, polished aluminum inlay strip around the front, and I had this fretboard that I had designed with atoms as fret markers, with just enough color to set it off, and that that whole combination just looked like unlike anything else before. So it was a whole new area in steel guitar that.
And about what year was that?
That was 1962, I believe.
How many of those were made?
Whoos, they're still in business. So I left them in 1985, but they're still making. They have a factory down there. I mean, it's quite a large building, not huge, but it's a good-sized building, and they still make them. So
I'm pretty proud of that.
yes, it kind of set a standard in a way for a sound for a steel. That I didn't expect, but through the help of a lot of players around Nashville, like Weldon Myrick and Hal Rugg, and people that decided they wanted to play an Emmons guitar, they were heavy into recording. And so them and myself and all the other players that did heavy session work would set the sound standard for the steel guitar through these records they came out on. And it was the Emmons sound was what they called it. So we were very fortunate in that respect, getting so many people interested, so many players here interested in it. Without that, it would have been a struggle, but we got lucky.